Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, whenever the time you watch this video. My name is Doan Andika Pratama, and I'm from E-Class. Today, I would like to tell you about phonological rules. There are 7 phonological rules, but today I would like to tell you just 2 of them, which are insertion and assimilation. So, let's begin. So, for the first one is, what is a phonological rule? So, a phonological rule is a formal way of expressing a systematic phonological or morphophonological process or diachronic sound change in language. Phonological rules are commonly used in generative phonology as a notation to capture sound-related operations and computation the human brain performs. So, when producing or comprehending spoken language, they may use phonetic notation or distinctive features, or both. And now, like I just said before, there are 7 phonological rules, but today I just want to explain 2 of them, which are, the first one is insertion and the second is assimilation. So, what is insertion? Insertion is a process by which one or more sounds are inserted into a word or between words. In other words, insertion is a phonological process in which a sound is added to a word. For example, voiceless stop insertion, where between a nasal consonant and a voiceless fricative, a voiceless stop with the same place of articulation as the nasal consonant is inserted. In English, many say hamster with P sound instead of hamster with no P sound. So, a P is added. A particularly strange but well-known kind of insertion is the famous intrusive or linking R of British and some dialects of American English. In these dialects, a historical R has been deleted in word final coda position, but when the word is followed by vowel initial words under complex and not completely understood circumstances, the R reappears. An example of intrusive R is the word idea. If we just say idea, there is no R sound after that, after the word idea. But if we put the word is in after the word idea, it's like idea is, idea is, idea is. So there is R sound after the word idea. So all of the examples we have seen so far involve insertion of vowels to break up sequence of consonant that violate syllable structure constraints. In other cases, the R reappears even when there was never an R there in the first place. This is known as intrusive R. Typical example of linking R is the word rear. Rear. If we just say rear with just say rear word, there is no R sound after that in the end. But if we put the word end after rear, just like rear end, rear end, rear end, rear end, rear end. So there is the R sound after the word R. So this is a little bit information about intrusive R. So there are a difference between deletion and insertion. Deletion is a sound is deleted or it is no longer pronounced. So sound X becomes nothing. While insertion, like I just said before, one or more sounds are inserted into a word or between words. Nothing becomes X. So another example, the word card in English, but in British English, it becomes car. Card. Card. So there is no R sound in it. And also the word car in British English becomes car, car, car. So let's take a look in a full sentence. I want to buy a car and a house by the age of 30. I want to buy a car and a house by the age of 30. Like I said before, that a word car, but the R sound is not pronounced, but in this sentence, the word car must add by R sound because it is followed by a vowel. So it becomes like this. I want to buy a car and a house by the age of 30. So car becomes car because it is followed by a vowel. Another example, I saw it, I saw it, I saw it becomes I saw it, I saw it, I saw it. Another example again, law and order. But in British, you just say law and order, law and order, just like that. And the next explanation I would like to explain is about assimilation. So, what is assimilation? Assimilation is a phonological process in which a sound changes to resemble a nearby sound and can occur both forward and backward. So, there are instances where the sound at the end of a word can change pronunciation because of the sound at the beginning of the next word. For example, the T sound followed by a P sound. So, for example, thought-provoking, thought-provoking. So, we just say thought-provoking with T sound, but if we put together like complete words, the T sound at the end of the word thought isn't pronounced. Just like this. Thought-provoking, thought-provoking. So when those two words are together becomes thought-provoking. Another example is the T followed by B. Just for example, private balcony becomes private balcony, private balcony. So when those words are together becomes private balcony, private balcony. And then there is D followed by a P. For example, proud parents becomes proud parents, proud parents, proud parent, proud parents. So when the two words together becomes proud parents. And then D followed by a B. For example, added bonus becomes added bonus, added bonus, added bonus, added bonus. So the D sound is pronounced B, added bonus. So the good news is that for many languages, assimilation is something that they use quite naturally, so you may already be using this and may never have really realized it. So, for another example, the prefix in, where sometimes it appears as in and others as im. In front of bilabial words, in becomes im. This also happens across word boundaries like in between is pronounced with an M, so it's pronounced like this, in between, in between. Before that, in between, but after that, with assimilation, in between, just like that. So that's all my explanation about phonological rule, definition, insertion, and assimilation. I hope you guys understand what I just said. See you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.